If you are not catching bass, you might be fishing the wrong spots. Bass are not everywhere. They position themselves in specific areas, places that give them cover, food, and the perfect angle to strike. Once you understand where to look, everything changes. Let us break down 5 bass hotspots you should target in any water. Starting with grass lines. Grass lines are one of the most reliable places to find bass. They provide cover, oxygen, and a steady supply of baitfish. Bass sit right on the edge, hidden, waiting. This is where ambush happens. To catch them, cast along the edge, not into the middle. Let your bait move naturally across that line. That is where the strike comes from. Next, fallen trees and wood cover, logs, branches, submerged timber. These are perfect hiding spots for bass. They break up light, they create shade, and they attract smaller fish. Bass use them as a home base. Cast tight to the structure. Let your bait fall beside it. And be ready, because strikes here are fast and aggressive. Now, docks and shaded areas. Shade is everything for bass, especially when the sun is high. Docks create a cool, dark zone where bass can rest and hunt. They sit underneath, watching, waiting. To catch them, skip your bait under the dock if you can. If not, cast as close as possible. The closer you get, the better your chances. Moving on to drop-offs and ledges. This is where shallow water suddenly becomes deep. Bass use these areas to move between feeding and resting zones. They sit right on the edge, waiting for something to pass. This is where bigger bass often stay. To fish this spot, let your bait fall down the drop. Slow it down. Keep it in that zone, because that is where they strike. And finally, points. Points are areas where land extends into the water. They act like highways for bass. Fish move along these edges constantly, looking for food. You can find bass on both shallow and deep sides of a point. Cast across it. Work your bait through different depths. And stay patient, because bass are always passing through. So what do all these spots have in common? Cover, structure, access to food. Bass do not roam randomly. They stay where they have the advantage. If you focus on these 5 hotspots, you stop guessing and start fishing with purpose. Next time you are on the water, do not just cast anywhere. Look for grass, wood, shade, depth changes, and points. That is where the bass are, and that is where your next catch is waiting. For more bass fishing tips that actually work, subscribe to Angler Paradise.